We made it to Friday again. How did it happen? How did it happen? How did it happen? How did it get here? The days went by. We were sad, then we were happy, and then we were sad again, and then the days went by, and it's Friday at the Old Blood live stream. Ooh. So this is Andy's gonna break them strings. It's Friday. I'm in live. And
hey, did we just come up with a song about Friday?
Maybe. I don't know.
No one's ever done that before. To create a popular song about Friday.
Yeah, they're usually about Thursdays. We got Dan. We got Dan here. Danny.
That was the smoothest intro you've ever done, Brady. That was really good. Go ahead, keep going.
Thanks, man. And we got Andy, too. Andy
hey, everybody.
From Albuquerque.
Old Albuquerque Andy over here. What's up?
And just in case you're wondering,
there's another Andy in chat. What's up?
We also have...
Shouts out.
We also have Seth and Kylan here, too. Kylan is unmiked. However, Seth is mic'd. So
unmiked.
There he is.
Yes.
So that's kind of the situation that you're looking at today. Uh-oh, that's falling. I'm seeing it.
Oh.
If anybody's wondering, I'm drinking sparkling water straight from the Alps, and it's pretty good.
That's awesome.
I'm drinking coffee from Guatemala, from Prelude. I think it was Guatemala.
Is it what
Prelude
was in
Coffee
there?
Roasters? Yeah, whatever was in there.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to get another order going from Price.
I've got a half cup of ice water from my refrigerator. It is filtered water, though. So
nice. No McDonald's.
No. Sorry, everybody.
No, I think it's better for you that you didn't.
I'll make sure to get some later, since I know you guys are upset that I don't have any. So I'll go right after this and get a Big Mac to make up for it.
A Big Mackey. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, I don't know. It's Friday, and our buddy Ben was gonna be on, but he needed to come back next week. So Ben Homola's gonna join us next week, and we're gonna talk about a thing that's in the mail to Andy right now a lot next week.
Oh yeah, it could be delivered. I need to keep track of this. It literally will be delivered within the next anytime. I don't know.
And today, this is what we're playing. I've got this. Squire Bass 6. That's what it is. And it's got these great flat wounds on.
And how many strings does that have?
6.
Oh, okay.
6.
That's cool.
And it's going through the Strymon Night Sky today. So I said that weird. Strymon Night Sky. Strymon Night Sky.
It's Strymon.
Strymon Night Sky today. Which is fun. This is my first time.
Has any gross guys on gear forums used the word stryboner or like strymoner as a gross thing to say on forums? I feel like they would.
No, but don't give the idea.
Don't give them ideas.
Okay, don't. And no one use that. No one say that online. I'll do a Google search and
it's almost guaranteed that if we find it in the past, it was you.
No, I just thought of that. It just came to me. So,
and then Dan's got the old Rickenbacker 360 through what do you got? Maris Hydra.
Maris Hydra.
And listen,
Boss
selfishly,
MD200.
Yeah.
Selfishly, I don't really know much about either of those two pedals, so I would love to hear it.
I feel like I know this one. I know the Hydra pretty well, and I do not know the MD200. I've played it maybe 10 minutes. So, it'll be a combo of a very complicated pedal that I think I understand but still mess up a lot, and a pedal that I hope will be fairly simple. For now, it's on a rotary setting.
Yeah, that was my question. What you were kind of aiming for? call the guy who's picking his kids up at the end of the stream. That's Clint. All right, and we're gonna try and find Clint somewhere, but
We're gonna
you
check
know,
in on him later.
he may be busy.
Oh, and we should say we're doing a giveaway, right? You want to talk about the giveaway?
yeah, we're gonna do a giveaway. So this is not a as much of a big prize as much as it is a T-shirt. So we're gonna
Hey, that could be an extra large prize. I mean,
not double XL because unfortunately we are out of that size.
Yes.
He's on the ball today. So yeah, we love T-shirts of $25 value. Yeah, okay, 25, 30, something like that. We'll show it when the time comes, and that'll be a whole thing later on.
Man,
and
I
then
can't
you
wait.
can enter in to win it, and
Stick around, folks. Wow.
you can get a good description of the T-shirt. I'll do that verbally, and we'll also show it to you visually. And cover all of the basic. You can't taste it.
Could you put it on stream, and so people could maybe get a sense of the fit? Maybe take your shirt off and then put this one on.
I totally will not do that, but we could. But
Okay.
I'm not going to. Maybe Kylan will, but I have a feeling.
Kylan?
I have a feeling that
Can someone ask him if
that
he'd be
may
down?
feel
He doesn't have to talk. He
little
seems
bit
to not want to talk
insulting.
on stream. He
he
could
just walked out of the room, so I feel like he's
Yeah.
either coming back in with a T-shirt on, or there we are.
Okay, he just threw something. Does he still have his own clothes on? I feel
We're-
like
Yeah. He's
Okay.
not giving anything up. So we'll come back to the shirt though, because it's not time.
okay.
So today we decided to focus on having an AMA. So we gathered a bunch of questions. AMA. That stands for Ask Me Anything. And we gathered a bunch of questions from Discord. And they're all on this paper. And you can also submit some more through the chat if you want. We're pretty much open books around here. So if you want to know something, I don't know, sometimes when I see somebody on the computer or on the phone or on the TV, I think, man, I wonder what they do for a hobby. Or like, I wonder what kind of car they drive. Or, like, is it an Altima? Or like a Sentra?
A Kia?
Could be a Kia. And like, sometimes I look at people and I think, like, I wonder what their favorite, like, way to swim is.
Breaststroke, backstroke.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, a butterfly is the hard one.
Is that different than breaststroke?
I think so. Yeah,
Is that?
because that.
Yeah,
And then
one
butterfly
is
is
like
like-
this, and one is.
Oh, okay. But they're both
you're
pretty
doing-
silly looking, right? You look kind of like a
Well,
dumbass
I mean,
when you
but-
do both of them, right?
But you got to do the right. You got to do the right thing to compete. So.
Well, yeah, that's true of anything in life, Brady. I mean,
Yeah. So I think should we just dive into these freaking questions? We'll find out what Clint's doing. He's probably doing the same thing, but we miss him, so we want to talk
which is
to him. Which
needing
is
to pick up his kid.
Yeah, which is
3
take-
minutes after he picks up the phone to do an interview with you.
it's caring for his kids, man. He's working.
I
He's
would.
just
I
out
don't want
there.
him to do anything else, honestly. You know.
So,
Wow.
let us know. Let us know what's on your mind. Backstroke into these questions. That's good. That's a good segue.
Good.
Ooh, A-Rod.
Good,
Thank you.
good, good.
Are we gonna pick questions? Or we're just gonna kind of point
I
to
was
one randomly?
I was just
or
gonna
just,
go
like, down the
down.
line?
I was gonna go down the list and do rapid fire
All right.
if we needed to.
Let's do some
Lightning-
rapid fire questions here, folks.
Immediate
Let's-
lightning round.
Let's
If you were to mod any pedal, OB any or not, with an extra function switch or knob, what would the pedal be and what would the mod do?
Dude, that reverb sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, hit me with that gaff tape. I'm gonna gaff this up right here. Pros. Okay,
Since
sorry.
I have this
You go ahead
in
and
front
answer
of
that
me, this
question.
was
I
actually a
don't know.
conversation on another Discord recently of if the Hedra could be polyphonic, because it's beautiful where you does a lot of intelligent harmonic
Yeah.
tracking, but if I give it a fifth, it kind of gets there, but if I try to do a full chord, it just
Oh
it's
yeah.
gross. And so we were just thinking if that could be a polyphonic thing, which is not really like a knob. I guess it's a function, an extra
Well, the
function.
Whammy
if it
5
could-
has that classic and polyphonic switch.
Oh, I didn't
Specifically
realize
so
that,
you
yeah.
can go back to the old Whammy sound where it doesn't track right.
Nice, yeah. I feel like with this it's really interesting because it does so much in the way of intelligent harmonizing. So you can pick a key and it won't just be a fixed
Right.
pitch shift. It'll be like a clever, you're looking for a third, and I know that you're in this key, and I recognize that this note needs a major third or a minor third. So it would be wild if you could track that across an entire chord. So just because it's on my mind and right in front of me right now, that's my answer.
Here, Andy, Joel, you guys are just blowing up my phone right now.
Well, I'm telling Joel that we're streaming and he needs to wait a second.
Okay, I'm turning off the alarm there. Yeah.
Joel's texting us about the pedal movie, telling us what he thinks, and I'm like, shut up. We're
Well,
doing
I mean,
something.
which we do want to know. I do want to talk to him about
But
that.
in 47 minutes. How about?
Yeah, that's
Joel?
kind of true. So, yep, there he is again.
Joel,
This is
stop.
this is a real problem. Okay. If you were to mod any pedal, with an extra function, no, I don't have an answer to that.
What?
I
Why?
don't care that much about pedals.
I think having a send return in something like Dark Star would be fun.
Ooh.
Yeah.
An effect send.
Oh, it says OBNE
Or not.
I
I
just
was-
or
immediately
not,
read
yeah.
that as not OBNE. I was about to take you to task, Seth, but you had
Yeah.
a really good answer that was totally within the confines of the question.
I'm in the mode where I want a filter knob on everything.
Yeah,
So
that's actually
even
not bad.
mood would be really cool because I feel like it would make those lower clock rates more usable because they can get kind of screechy sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pairing that nice low pass filter knob on just about anything is good fun.
Old Blood is in the Reverb movie. That's actually the last question is about the Reverb movie, or the pedal movie. So we'll get there, but yeah. Okay, next one. Let's do the next one. That was fully
Next.
answered. All right.
Next. Joel's
Maybe.
still texting.
Let's see. Where's my reverb? Maybe some advice on how to run multiple instruments through effects using the Signal Blender would be cool. Some of the more unusable possibilities for inspiration?
Wow. I haven't.
Could you, Brady, if you could pull up some unusable sounds?
Oh,
Can I-
unusual.
Can I make
it
fun of that a
says.
little bit?
give me that?
Unusual.
Sorry,
It says, not
I-
unusable.
Unusual, not unusual.
Unusual.
Oh, so that's so we can roast Seth for that. Not
I don't
this
know. I don't
nice
know who
person.
asked the
Roast.
question, but I wanted to make sure we didn't roast the questioner.
I would love. Let's just spend the rest of the stream finding some really unusable sounds in these pedals real quick.
By the way, thank you to everybody who did send in questions. I just realized we don't have names on here, so I'm not sure
I should've
who
put the names on there.
who asked of these questions, but just a general thank you to the folks in our Discord and wherever else they may have submitted questions.
Apologies for making fun of that person. I'm assuming that's why Dan is thanking everyone now.
I was afraid they wouldn't like us, and I need them to like us. Well, at least me. I don't know if I have any particular advice there, though. It's just I don't know. Signal Blender can take in a lot of different sources. So you have a drum machine running and synthy stuff. Maybe generate a pad and let that run as well, and play some guitar on top of it. But I don't have any particular advice on it other than that it is just fun to route multiple things into those returns and the main input and volume match them and go from there.
Yeah, my thing mainly for the signal blender was I would run the 3 keyboards over here into so that I could just have them all going into 1 amp.
Yeah.
Play them at one time.
Have
and
access
then-
to all those sounds at once.
Yeah, and then I could put a pedal before it if I wanted to. Like pedal into like a reverb or something so that it's just on that one instrument.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
Rather than
establishing
running it
different
after.
chains on the different instruments, but then they all still come together at the
Yep.
signal blender.
Yep.
Like that.
And that's kind of my big thing. I feel like I don't use the signal blender for its intended purpose of like blending signals so much, like creating 2 sort of effects loops and using that with a single instrument, you know,
Yeah.
to weave those together. That's not really my bag, but it's cool.
That's why you had a good answer and I didn't, because that's still how I usually use signal blender. It's just
Yeah,
like
that's
two
how
pedals in parallel.
That's how it's supposed to be used. That's what it's for.
It's
Yeah.
all.
Brady's nickname when he was growing up was Bubble Bath. Can you
Is that
tell,
true?
Kylan? Can you tell that story? Here, get on the mic and tell that. Because I want to hear it too. I've never heard that.
Yeah,
Um,
Kylan, let's share with the class.
And also,
Wait, can
people
oh.
just want to see you, Kylan.
We love Kylan. Wait, do
Oh,
you
that
want to know
sounds
my?
nice.
I just put a signal blender
Yeah.
back on my board this week. Do you want to know about
Let's
it
do
or not?
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah.
should I
I'm
just
sorry. I'm
fuck
sorry.
off?
No, yeah, just go ahead and. That question was actually for you. So go ahead.
Well, so I put the signal blender on here early in my chain, and the 2 things in parallel are Dark Star and the count to 5. And so, well, there's 2 reasons. One is the count to 5 is like too noisy for me to use in series, and so having it in parallel is like a nice little, makes me feel better that it's not directly in my chain. But to answer the question of like, why would you do this?
Damn it,
really?
Ashley, that was good.
What did you say? What?
Just keep going.
Okay.
More Kyle
So-
Bell.
So imagine you're running like Dark Star into count to 5 and then out. That's a thing you could do. The Dark Star, then you would want it to sound like this maybe. You know, like a pad. This kind of thing. And it's smearing it out completely. You're doing the full mix. That's a thing maybe you want, but then maybe you want to hear the count to 5 do an octave down reverse delay too, like this. That's pretty cool. Well, if you were doing them in series, you did a full mix on the Dark Star, the count to 5 is not going to respond that way. It's going to respond to the smeared out Dark Star signal, and it won't sound like that. But with Signal Blender, I can blend both those in together, and it'll sound like this, right? So you can still get the definitive pulses of the count to 5, but then you get the smear of the Dark Star.
Yeah, that's a good sound.
And then if I want to, I still have my clean signal to bring back in, you know? So this sound here is not possible without the Signal Blender. So there you go, folks.
Is your overdrive coming from that preamp?
Yeah, I'm
Sounds
hitting it.
nice.
I have this mids like cranked on it just for
Probably
fun.
why I like it.
Yeah.
One thing I do at Signal Blender is I'll do my instrument in, and then I use it. It's basically, sorry, let me turn that reverb down. I then have 2 mono sends out of the A and B channels, and I will have 2 parallel chains, and I'll run that into at the very end through split meld, which then brings me into my Iridium TRS. Then I'm able to go stereo into my interface. But coming out of the clean channel, I have a 3rd channel that I can run through a separate signal path, a 3rd signal path, or just fully clean. It's like a safety control channel. So that's how I've been using it at home.
Nice.
It's not really fair if every time after you talk you get to do that.
Question 3.
Let's skip that one.
Okay, you pick.
What was wrong with those? You don't like them?
I don't know. What album or band made you want to play music? Dan, you go.
Ooh.
What was it?
What album or band made you want to play music?
Made you want to play music? Wow.
Is it Graham Coxon from Blur?
I think it's part of it. Yeah, that was a big middle school inspiration.
I said Blur weird because I doubted.
Blar, you said.
I know.
You
I,
said it
I doubted
said
if
it-
I said his last name correctly.
Oh yeah, Graham Coxon.
I know, but I said that correctly. I realize now, but in the moment I was like, blah. I gotta make it sound like I'm goofing off because I might have said something incorrectly.
It's like it's some mall cop's last name or something.
I'm trying to think. So I listened to a lot of Blur in middle school, and so I think there was a lot of subconscious inspiration. But then, I don't know. When I was first writing songs, it was more like, I mean, probably Dashboard Confessional was like an early like open-tuned acoustic guitar stuff. Weezer for chunky power chords.
Yeah.
I think those were the early like, I want to write songs inspirations, and then as I got more into pedals, I kind of kept returning to those Blur albums and kept finding more, just more interesting sounds in there. And that's still happening. Like a few weeks ago, after a stream, somebody asked us, we were talking about tremolo, and somebody was like asking about Graham Coxon's use of tremolo on some particular song that I've listened to since middle school. And I had to listen to it freshly and think about it. And I was like, I've never noticed how cool that is. It was like,
Yeah.
it turned out it was like panned. There was a tremolo in one ear and then no tremolo in the other ear, and it created a panning effect because one was kind of turning on and off, so it was like exploiting that stereo field. So
That's cool.
yeah, so I think early inspirations were more like Dashboard, Weezer, American Football, Death Cab a little later on. A lot of Death Cab inspiration in the way I write songs. I think that's probably the most lasting one. How about you?
That made me want to play music, so that's pretty far back.
I don't remember like a moment of like, I want to do that. It's more of a steady bubbling up.
Yeah. Man, to play the idea of music, not like specifically
Yeah.
guitar or
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
probably like some Metallica stuff when I was in middle school, and then Led Zeppelin, honestly, when I was in middle school, and then after that, I probably started actually grabbing onto different types of expression of music that I was like, yeah, I want to sound like that, or I'd like to express myself that way. That feels good. So, Andy, we were talking about that band Cool Hand Luke.
Mm-hmm.
And that, for me, that was seeing them.
That was a big deal for you.
Yeah, like when they from their first 5-song EP or something in 2000 or 1999 or something, in an empty room. That was a big deal because they were so loud and so they didn't care that nobody was there. They just played really, really well and loud and with full intensity for 3 kids sitting on a couch right in front of them. And that got me. So, and even like listening, so after we talk, I listened back to that EP and I was like, there are cool moments in here that like aren't so dated.
That actually aged well, maybe a little bit.
Yeah. And I took that.
Yeah.
Took that.
I'm thinking back now to like when we talk about the idea of music and how even as a kid, like we had a little drum machine thing or like a toy keyboard and things like that. Just I always remember messing around with them. So it's interesting to realize like there's no memory of the first time I tried to make music. I just kind of did it as a kid and kept doing it.
Yeah. You had stuff around to make
Yeah.
that a possibility. All right. Yeah, Mogwai is still sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Weezer's always good for that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
What's a pedal that you wish you had made?
Ooh.
Seth. That's nice.
That like I cranked the depth on the rotary and it gave this like overdrive to it. So I don't know why that's happening, but it sounds.
Maybe the
really-
dispatch
Ooh.
master. It's
Oh,
just,
yeah.
It is just so tasteful. It's not here because it's at my house.
Gotcha.
But it's just, you could only use that pedal. But
Yeah.
Is Dispatch Master the one that's white and blue?
Yeah.
telephone on there.
Gotcha.
Is that delay and reverb in that?
Yes. It is very good.
Yeah, Space Station would be a good one. Whoever mentioned that. Slicer, as always. Shouldn't have made.
Isaac in the chat says, Old Blood really should have made the tube screamer. I don't know why he didn't.
We would have been
I
doing
was gonna say
okay.
the tube scream. The Klon.
Yeah.
The Tensor maybe. That was a pedal that I plugged into and just like I don't know. Really opened me up to a lot of different ideas of what it means to play back sound.
Yeah. How to manipulate that.
Yeah.
Seth's using a Zoya as a tripod helper. The tape, I threw it back to you somewhere. Let's see. That's good. Dan, this one may be geared towards you. You may have an opinion. What would you like the next FV1 chip to be /have/do?
Oh, this is some deep stuff here.
Yeah, so for everybody listening, the FV1 is the DSP,
digital signal processor
that we use in a lot of our pedals that we kind of have from day one. That's sort of the platform that we started on. And Dan,
which means that your pedals are computer. I just want to say that really quick.
Yeah, they're told by computer codes what to do, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan has really, over the last few years, become very, very skilled at this. So, figured you would maybe have an opinion. And we're always looking at what maybe is beyond the FV1 because over the last 4 or 5 years, it's really grown in accessibility and popularity for pedal makers. So
I mean, there's so many designs out there that use the FV1 because I think part of what's special about it is that there's multiple things, but one is that it's sort of a black box that takes care of a lot of things all at once. So it handles all your like signal processing in the sense of like taking an analog signal and making it digital in order to process it and then converting it back into an analog signal. And it's laid out in a pretty clear way where it's like, here's your three, you picture a chip with a bunch of little connections on it. It's like, here's the 3 places where you can put a pot to move a knob to change a setting. Here's the 3 pins where you can select what mode you want. It's all kind of laid out and well documented in a way that I think DIY-minded people can take to. And there's tools out there that people have developed, like a SpinCAD, which is basically like a graphical interface where somebody can say, like, I want to make a chorus with a delay, and you can kind of grab a little chorus block and a delay block and connect your ins and outs and generate code for an FV1.
which is how I even started on.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
Yeah, and I think
I don't know shit about shit.
that made it a really like easy way to look and think about what you wanted to make. For me, that was like that didn't match my thinking as much, so I started in SpinCAD and then pretty quickly was like, I'm just gonna figure out how the code works. I want to get into the nitty gritty pretty quickly.
Did anyone ever use Dreamweaver when doing HTML for web pages?
I never did.
Like 9,000 years ago, it was the same thing. I was like, give me this block of HTML, and then it would just put this nasty code all together, and it would just be this horrible mess of computer-generated code. Anyway, that's just what I thought.
It is something like that. Like you look back at SpinCat, and there's sometimes a lot of unnecessary code just because of the way that it has to do what it does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's like room to clean up the code generated by that, but you have to like you have to be thinking in terms of optimization. But anyway, so I feel like whatever the next, for something to feel like the next FV1, it would have to do those things where it handles a lot of stuff for you. So the conversion and some of the things you run into when you're trying to just figure out how to make multiple chips communicate together, just get it to be like, this is this one chip. The FV1 has a proprietary language, which I think helps because they give you a certain set of instructions and they say like, this is all it can do, but there's a lot of power within these instructions if you kind of think through it and think about how effects are made. Limitations are really just like memory size, so you can't do super long delays. Instruction set, you get like 128 lines of 127 lines of instruction, and that's it. So there's various roadblocks that we run into along the way. So I think if there could be something like that with a little less noise on its converters, more room for instruction, and ways to expand the memory and control set. So if there was a way to say like, this is all built in, but we also make these other chips that help you expand, and you don't have to think very much about how to code those things. And then to also have an accompanying like graphical interface to to help folks along in their DIY exploration of it. I think that's the main barrier to things outside of the FV1 that might be more powerful, more modular, is that it's just not as self-contained. So it takes more work to figure out how to even get a sound to pass through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So will the next one be called the FV2?
So they actually have one called FX Core. They have made a new chip that handles
so they
some
just
of
abandoned
these
the
things.
convention completely.
Is it in production?
I believe it's in production. I have a development board for it, but I haven't followed up on whether it's fully in production or not. So it's interesting because they made some different choices. Like it has a different instruction set, but it does still have a proprietary instruction set. There's a lot more room for instructions, so you can do more in terms of like how much code you can actually fit in there. But then they didn't expand the memory, so that was one element that like, I know some people are like, I wish you could just make a delay line longer than a second, and with FX Core they didn't do that. They addressed the converters by letting you do your own, so it interfaces with external converters. So it's basically like however much noise or not noise you want, you choose. So yeah, it's interesting to see like, here's how I would do it, but then the company that actually made the FV1 took a different approach. But they do still make the FV1, so that was FX Core. I think was not meant to supersede the FV1, just to be a different tool that the same company could make. So not so much FV2.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna answer Clint.
Answer a couple from the chat.
Yeah, Clint asked.
That was good talking. It also has to do with the next question on here, which is what can't Dan explain? And there's very little.
Very little.
Yeah. So
I mean, I feel like that question is answered by the title of his series. Like
I would say,
what are we doing
ironically,
here?
the only thing I can't explain is it all.
Now that's funny. I see what you did there. That's cool.
we created a monster.
So Clint asked about kind of approach
Don't touch me.
and execution of art and vibe, and if having a DIY aesthetic serves. And I think so. I think having a construct to work within, like we have these cameras, we've got to make them work for everything, for product photos, for video. When we started this company, I knew how to screen print. It's like, let's figure out how to use that. And so we screen printed all of our own pedals and product boxes, and we still do. And so, yeah, I think having limitations is really useful. Instead of it being something that limits you, bumping up against those things actually makes you access your anti-fragility, and it makes you have to change.
Anti-fragility, I like that.
Yeah, it's a cool concept. It's worth looking into. And when I used to work for the Flaming Lips, there was a lot of that ethos of if you don't have it, you don't need it. We can't.
Yeah.
So let's just use everything we have right here to the best of our ability. So, and it definitely has made me learn things. Like I didn't know how to live stream a couple months ago. I'm still figuring it out for sure. And Andy is guiding me by holding my hand through it the whole way. But we're just working with what we have. Like we got a new computer, but I'm using the computer that I work on all day and edit on.
And your cameras that you had for the product shoots and stuff.
Right. Hi, Ashley. So
Yeah, Clint. Seth worked for the Flaming Lips before. Sorry, Seth, not to
go right.
cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Clint asked on here, "What the? You worked for the Flaming Lips?" So, yeah, he did. Before that was before
Mammoth, yeah.
Mammoth Walrus, yeah.
Yep.
And now.
And now, I still do some contract work for him and do Blake, who works with us, he's doing a ton of work for them, and we help with that. Kylan shot 6 of the last 10 Space Bubble shows they did. So
yeah, so they're, I think, just via Seth and
hey, speaking of the Atria, there's Blake.
Via Seth and Blake, it's kind of in the universe of what we're doing sometimes.
Yeah.
Or those guys sometimes. I don't know. Which kind of that can go into how did you, Seth and Brady, make the jump from being employees at Walrus to starting OBNE, and what was that transition like? Do you realize that Seth works with the Flaming Lips? No, Blake does.
Gummy Papa, what are you saying?
Let's all meet up at
isn't
R&J
it like
Supper Club after this. Yeah, Gummy Papa, you're being crazy.
It's like 2 a.m. where he lives, and he's probably just out of his mind, you know? I don't think we should listen to anything he says.
We will make custom color stuff at some point when we have time. We're way too busy doing live streams. It seems like to me that OBNE is more honest with their approach to the pedal world. That feels like a compliment. I'm not sure what you mean, but it feels right. Maybe not.
Oh no, song title humor. Shit! Fuck! I didn't know. I've been made a fool of.
Didn't realize as it were.
Oh,
Jesus.
that joke. Yeah.
I'm gonna commit seppuku now.
Here's one that I can tackle. What kind of shows do you all like? Ted Lasso comes up a lot.
Ditto.
Yeah, Ted Lasso is pretty good. What's the other one on Apple TV that's good? That we just recently watched.
The Daily Show with Trevor Noah. Wait.
On the Apple Plus. What is it? There's Ted Lasso. There's another one.
We just watched the first episode of The Morning Show, which is that one with
Erica's
Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon.
Oh, yeah.
I heard it's a Sorkin joint.
Is it?
That's what I heard.
I guess that would make sense.
So there's gonna be a lot of walking in hallway conversation scenes, probably.
It's like
If
real
it's a
life.
Sorkin joint.
Yeah, Mythic Quest. Mystic Quest?
We did this last week.
Yeah, we did this last week.
Exactly this.
West Wing, then. That's the only show that you need. All right, back to this question. How did you, Seth and Brady, make the jump from being employees at Walrus to starting OBNE? Seth, I'll tell a little. You want to tell a little?
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Real quick, because this could be... This has been talked about elsewhere, too. It's not really that cool, but... Ooh, somebody's phone's going. I hear it.
It's not mine.
Oh, it's mine. It's my father-in-law.
Oh my god.
Nice. I heard it because it was vibrating on the microphone stand because I gaff taped the tripod to it. Anyways. Well, yeah, so we worked at... So I worked at Walrus. Was approached by a dude to start that company, kind of help get that off the ground, as was this other guy named Jacob. And in 2011 or something. So we worked on that for a few years, and it was kind of like a sort of DIY venture with more financial backing, but not spent on people. And the at some point, Seth, it was owned by Walrus was owned by the same entity that owned this other place called Mammoth. So there's a lot of like shared resources. And Seth actually worked for Mammoth. Blake worked for Mammoth. Dan worked for Mammoth. A bunch of the guys
went through that system.
Yeah, I worked for Mammoth while I was waiting for Walrus to start because I got fired from Keeley, and then I got hired back, and then I quit because it felt unstable. It felt more unstable than. Well, I don't want to get into that. I just mean like.
You just wanted it to be on your terms. You're like, you can't fire me. I quit. That's
That was a different season of life for everybody, myself included. So, anyways, working at Walrus, kind of reached the as far as I could probably take it under the vision of what the owner wanted. So I wanted to not work there anymore. So I stopped working there.
Because it's a free country and you can do that if you want.
Because you can. So drag them. What do you mean drag them? Drag them through the mud?
It's like, and I think after you say that, you say Yas Queen, I think, right?
Doesn't feel like I can. But.
Well, and you don't have to say it. It's like what Isaac would say next. Anyway.
So yeah, we ventured out. It was a, do the whole truth. We don't need to be nasty.
Yeah, I got it.
The whole truth is the whole. There's so much to unpack there. But
that's a whole few episodes.
Not a good lot of it.
That could be a pretty good pedal movie supplement material. So it was 2014. Seth and I both didn't. Seth, you had one kid, but she was probably 6 or 7, and you didn't have a baby.
4-ish, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And then we didn't have kids, so we had more time. We didn't have babies, so we had more time. Robert Keeley, the Brady Smith story. Good one, Moon Unit.
Shouts out to Joel, Moon Unit.
And yeah, we decided to branch off and do that. Seth was still working for Mammoth for a little while into that.
Yep.
And we fixed up the shed in my backyard, storm shelter, turned it into a little office to work out of, ran electricity to it.
Yeah, we had a drill press in the basement.
And then, around the fall time, Kylan started running the drill press and just helping out, because he worked with us at Walrus, and then quit, left there, yada yada. And I don't know, we just kind of slowly started it going. It's like any small business, or it's like every small pedal company, as you'll come to find out if you watch this pedal movie. Started making pedals, people started buying them, and then probably later on started making them better so that they sounded better. So that not only the idea of the pedal was all right, but the actual function of the pedal was all right.
Wait, Kylan is potentially offering to speak about a topic. Do we want to indulge in that?
Yeah, Kylan, get over here on the mic.
Talking about on mic? It's got to be on mic.
Hey, you threw it out there, Kylan.
Yeah, he says I'll talk. That's in his message there. He says I'll talk.
No mic.
Come on, bro.
Anyways, so that's what we did. It was fine. It was great.
You can do just mic. Or no. Blake says no to that. Sorry.
What was OB&E's first pedal? It was the Black Fountain.
Yep.
2014 August.
And honestly, that was the risk we took. We made Black Fountain. We kind of had enough to make about 100 of them. And we were like, well, I hope this works. And then that worked, and so we could make 100 more. And then
while kind of keeping maybe some plan B unformalized in the back.
Yeah.
The idea that a plan B was necessary, but not knowing what it was.
Yeah. Like I was renting garage apartment from my sister, living in a closet at this time, and Blake was keeping me employed with a bunch of freelance and contract gigs. Honestly, that's what kept me afloat for several months as we were getting rolling.
Yeah, I was.
You were on tour. You went on a world tour. So there was the first couple of months I was working in Brady's backyard by myself. I'd screen print enclosures and run him into his house and bake him in his oven. And then watch movies on the big screen that we had in the.
Ooh, the best part was World Cup during that summer.
Mm-hmm.
Because we would just we would work, drink a lot of wine, and try and figure out what we were supposed to do. And we had multiple monitors with the World Cup. That's something we did at Keeley too in our offices.
Yep.
Ran a computer when streaming was new, so it was never smooth. But we would have multiple monitors at a monitor at each desk running World Cup. And then 2014, my backup plan was to tour, and that was the money that would pay for stuff. So, Alex, there's a band called Brand New. And then, best years of Kylan's life working at Walrus.
The best of your years of your life are well behind you.
Yeah.
Man, it's all downhill from here, buddy. Awesome.
So, one time I gave Kylan a raise, and then I was told by my boss that I had to take it back.
Man, I remember that day.
Oh, brutal.
And you know what?
Really
Brutal.
I watched Brady stand up and advocate for Kylan and say no. It was very amazing.
Wow.
I don't know if I said no. 'Cause I don't think I had the authority to, but I did say, I did justify it in my planning. So, well, yeah, but the other thing is that I had budgeted in, and my budget was approved months before. And then when I did it, I got in trouble for doing it. It's like, well, but
That's really what everything in that company, every bad part kind of points back to we all got along, we had our fun, but ownership did not allow leadership to lead. It was
And to clarify, that's not the case for Walrus now. It's very different.
Yeah, yes,
they're running an excellent company, and we love those guys.
That's well put. There's it's totally a different operation and different hierarchy and different vision.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so it's more the guys that are actually working there. It's like their company. So
I feel like
that's
especially
different.
with the Mako series, it really I don't recognize that Walrus in a way that I really appreciate. Where it's this feels fully separated from the Walrus that I remember from back when I was at Mammoth.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. It's a fun period of time to look back on. Andy, I think that we met you the year that we were doing that. I think we maybe had that pedal, a sample.
Yeah, it was a prototype during that Coffee and Riffs.
Yeah.
I speak fondly of that moment and many times. So it's a great little memory, hanging out with you guys a million years ago with that big fluffy white dog and that beautiful idyllic backyard.
Is that when you guys first met, in person?
That was the first time I met Andy.
You
and
were
Dave.
there,
that was the first time I met Andy.
And Randy.
Yeah.
Randy was there.
And Randy, the guys,
Bentley,
all the boys.
Bentley,
Billy.
Bentley.
the Great
that's what it
Pyrenees.
was.
He's still around. He's doing good. He's deaf now, but he's doing good.
Is there a company facial hair policy like a certain massive beard? No.
Not at all.
I look stupid with a bare face.
We just have a you do you policy.
And so once or twice a year, I'll cut it off so that I remember how stupid I am.
What if we tracked it and we discovered that across the company, beard mass did maintain? Just whenever anybody shaved, somebody else was at their height, and it's like the average line just inadvertently leveled out.
So that was a fun question. How do you modify a Dark Star when you're in Sweden? Is it even worth sending it to get the notch thingy? Okay, so you're talking about the detent pots.
You need to get an indented Dark Star. Okay?
You need to get
That's
an
what you need.
indented Dark Star, gummy papa. So it is.
Or you could get a split melt. That'll do you right up too.
So what he's talking about is the two of the knobs, the pitch knobs, Control 1 and Control 2. Detent, it locks in at noon, so you hear it kind of click into a spot. That helps you find that center.
And you feel it.
Yeah, you feel it go.
You feel it.
And
I'm feeling it right now, folks.
yeah, Andy's
Just-
feeling it.
I'm feeling. Well, here, let's zoom in on it.
And it,
Look,
it helps
I'm
you.
feeling it.
It helps you find
Oof, that feels good.
your normal pitch. What am I thinking?
Unison.
Oh.
Unison. Unity. Unison.
Wow. Look at how
But
it
yeah,
just
it's
locks
a-
in there, folks. It just
It's
just
a
locks in.
tactile thing, so
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
if that's important to you, then it's a mod. But it's the sounds are all there,
Yeah.
you know.
There's
and
nothing different about.
It's one of
the
those very
design.
small changes we made at one point, just to kind of incrementally make things a little bit better. While
it helps in
keeping
pitch
it the
mode.
same Dark Star.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you have a little bit of practice with soldering or whatever, it's not difficult. We could send you the parts to replace and maybe show you how. Or you can talk to Isaac and mail it in, and he can do it for you. Will we ever see more Coffee and Riffs merch? Maybe.
Merch.
Probably.
Merch. Probably not more episodes, but maybe more merch. Especially now that there's one person asking. So we'll order one mug for you.
We'll just wash one up. There's one around.
We'll let you know when we've listed the one mug on the Old Blood Noise website, and you can come grab it.
Just put it up on Reverb. Vintage Coffee and Riffs mug.
Oh, Mark,
maybe
we made
we'll-
Mark mad. Hey, Mark.
Maybe we'll do more episodes. I don't know.
I don't want to make Mark upset.
We're doing live stream stuff now every week, every Friday. I mean,
What do you people want? Okay.
whatever.
Now I'm mad. Now I'm like mad at Mark.
Sorry,
Previously,
Mark.
I was.
Mark, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's the
We
only
also-
guitar
we also
series
haven't
you
really
like.
we really haven't been equipped to make a Coffee and Riffs for the last year and a half because we've
Yeah.
only
And why is
recently
that?
unmasked around each other.
Yeah, we couldn't really get out and do cool stuff. Part of Coffee and Riffs is going to a cool location and kind of getting in the vibe of where we're at, being out of the office. There hasn't been a lot of time for that, really.
Yeah, Mark, I think you and I are beefing now. We've got a big beef going on, so watch out.
If you were to collaborate with a guitar maker on a special limited run custom OB&E guitar, what guitar maker would you want to work with, and what kind of guitar would you want to make? Blah 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 blah. We did something with
That's-
Built, but
Yeah.
and that was cool. But that's like a built guitar that used some of our effects. I think that I have a guitar that I want made, and I'm trying to get somebody to make it. And his name is Tyler.
Yep.
Describe it to us.
Well, I don't know if I want to give away the idea unless
Okay.
somebody's going to make it for me. You going to make it for me? All right. So I want a Gibson grabber or ripper body, thin like that, big like that, giant, and then just in a guitar or a baritone, maybe with an old aluminum neck. Maybe not. But that's it. That would be the starting point for this guitar line, is it would be that body shape. And it would be awesome. So I'm going to make it with Tyler. Tyler's going to make it.
I find that I rarely dream about guitars because there's so many guitars out there that like I hear a question like that, like what custom guitar would you
Yeah,
design?
it's
It's
like,
like I have no idea.
Don't need a custom guitar.
I built a parts caster once. It was basically just a telly. I put a humbucker in the neck.
My custom stuff is stuff that exists. If you had to eliminate all but 2 pedals you make, which 2 would they be?
Hmm.
Seth, Dan, Kylan? Andy?
I'm going to save Dweller. And I'm going to save Alpha Hunt.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, that's pretty smart.
See, I'm always with these type of questions. This is everyone can think I'm an asshole if they want, but like with a question like this, I feel like I want to know what the real question is. You know?
Sometimes I feel like it's just a different way of getting at, like, what's your favorite of the pedals?
Yeah,
That
that's what I
classic question
mean.
is kind of spun differently.
Like, why do we have to literally put a gun to the other pedals in the company and say we are throwing 9 pedals in the garbage? Which one do you keep?
Yeah, my
It's kinda
goal,
fun to purge 'em.
goal in my language and like the way I thought about it was like, let me pick 2 that I really like,
Yeah.
rather than like booting some off. But I just realized that I said I'm gonna save Dweller and I'm gonna save Alpha Hunt, so they were all on a firing squad in my head. Like, I'm gonna pardon these 2 turkeys, but
It's like the
Godspeed to
turkey. I was gonna
rest.
say the Thanksgiving turkey.
Somebody asked something. What did you ask? What does the OBNE symbol mean? Seth, that's you.
I think it's just and it was funny when Brady has seen them. There was like 100 iterations of the logo before we landed on that one. And I think it's more, and then right around that time, eyes became very much like the bird, put a bird on it. But like, I think the idea of like, it's a lidless eye. We were working all the time, meaning we weren't sleeping. And
We're crying all the time.
yeah, there's a little bit of teardrop there. So it doesn't really mean much. I just think that it's probably visually effective to have a sharp point at top that draws the eye down to the center. Then you put the word mark under that, and it's just visually nice to look at, hopefully. And we've started co-opting this square logo more of the OBNE. So when we started the company, I had the idea, well, we have this really long, ostentatious name, but let's plan to, over the years, eventually pare that down to OBNE. You know, like people will start out as Old Blood Noise Endeavors. People will call us Old Blood Noise, Old Blood. Turns out all these terrible metal bands have
Some people just call you old.
and started co-opting that. But
There's a band named Old Blood now.
Old Blood Noise, even. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah.
Did you know? I didn't know there was a
that, but I hate
genre
that.
called lowercase noise before I started my stupid thing.
Oh man.
But our SEO outshines all of those other ones, so it's fine. And our name is trademarked. So
Did you like
if
that
they ever
Soundgarden
if they want to
song,
beef
Outshine?
on it, we can beef on
Which is your worst pedal that you most regret releasing? That's a good question. That's where we get to be
it.
truthful.
Mm.
I don't know.
What's the thing you regret most in your life, guys? Let's just go around.
Welcome, Andrew.
Was that a real question?
Yeah,
Oh, was that
came
on the
up on
chat?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Ken
go
put it in
next
quotes.
one.
That means you don't have to
Should we-
actually
Should we
answer
hit
that
this
one.
one?
What is it? What is
what's
it?
everyone's favorite bean?
Yeah. What's everyone's favorite bean? Kylan, say your piece. Chicago.
Chicago, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a big bean. That's cool.
I'm gonna go garbanzo,
It's good.
hummus, falafel.
Ooh, yeah.
Very versatile.
David Hoker. What's up,
Hey,
man?
David.
What OBNE pedal would be best as a Euro rack module? Man, this is something that we
Hold
discuss a lot.
Hold on.
I know, we're coming back to the bean.
I wanted to say my bean.
What's
Go
your
ahead.
bean?
Go ahead.
Kidney bean.
It's a good one.
Okay, now go ahead.
I like black beans.
Refried beans are good.
Line 6 bean. I don't know why that's funny to me. Those things look like beans, huh? Those old what were those? The pods?
Pod, yeah.
Yeah.
They look like little beans.
Sean is probably my favorite bean. That's a good one.
Now, has anyone noticed how there's only 2 letters
Travis.
different in Sean Bean, but the words sound so different. That's crazy.
Big
Scene-
bean.
Scene
Isaac.
bean.
Man, Isaac farts all the time. From baked beans. Just kidding. You don't. I'm not shaming you. I'm sorry. I've never heard you fart.
What do you mean you're not? You're now gaslighting him.
I
You
know.
are shaming him.
Hey, no. I didn't do that. I didn't do that thing that...
I feel like the one that's pitched most is Dark Star as a Euro rack pedal.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that would be a.
It seems difficult. Well, not that we're not doing it because it just seems difficult. It seems hard to get right with everything else that we're trying to do.
The thing that I always come back to is that nobody at the shop is really into Eurorack, so it feels like we would just be diving into Eurorack because like people.
You're trying to cash in on all that
there's
Eurorack money that's out there.
Yeah, like let's jump into this other industry, and it just doesn't feel with everything we make. There's some sort of desire to use it ourselves. Like it comes out of an idea we have for a sound or a utility device.
Also, Isaac, come on in here, man.
Yeah. What's with your employees who won't get on the camera and talk?
That's their
prerogative.
Well, we can't make, and we don't want to make people do that stuff.
Yeah.
So I do want to make Kylan, but I've learned not to.
And back to Dave's question, Dave, come hang out with us and let's explore that together. You know, we're not we're not opposed to Eurorack. We want to know. We just need.
You're down the street, man. Come on.
Yeah, we're fully vaxxed. Come hang.
Yeah.
If you're fully vaxxed.
Favorite beans? I mean, coffee beans are the ones that get used the most.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those beans.
Obviously, all music, everything is difficult when you're passionate. Okay, obviously, you all love music and everything that goes into it. Is it ever difficult when your passion overlaps with your work?
Yes.
Yes.
Big time.
Very difficult.
Yeah.
Next question.
I've gone like 6 months and realized I haven't touched anything musical.
Yeah. Yeah. Fridays are the times that I play the most. And
we were having
I've found
Brady.
I was just gonna say, even in my own time, like nerding out about, like, I was a nerd about pedals before designing them, and I feel like when I'm designing them, it's like these kind of spacious, strange ideas. But part of me still, like, even in my free time, wants to nerd out about pedals, and I've noticed that what I get into mostly is drives, like overdrives and things like that, and things that like almost sounds that feel very unlike the ones I'm focused on at work. And so it's funny how those even lines within like shared interests of your passion and your work, you have to find ways to, I don't know, explore different things, even though it's all just nerding out about pedals.
Also, Clint said Isaac is the second nicest OB&E dude. Seth is number one. And it kind of just feels like he's trying to start shit.
Yeah, it sounds like me and Isaac are
no.
have to hug it out.
It sounds like what we need to do is call Clint up and get a ranking of Old Blood employees. Niceness levels.
Yeah, and maybe get him to identify them. See if he can name them.
Yeah. Also, it is a little after an hour, and we do still have the giveaway to do.
Brady, you bully me all the time. No, I don't.
Bro, shut up, bro. No, I don't.
I really don't. Yeah, we could do giveaway. Passions overlapping with what we do. Yes, it is tough. Sometimes there's a lot of time we don't make music. There's a lot of time that we're just trying to figure out how to make the next thing that is going to pay bills, payroll, or like keep us in good standing for a while. I don't know.
And that's really beautiful, Brady. And so if anyone wants to type the word passion in the chat, you'll be entered to win a free Old Blood Noise t-shirt.
Yeah. Okay.
Passion.
Here's the shirt.
Type the word passion.
Shirt. Passion. Put that passion in. Here's the shirt. What do we call this one? Look, it's with our logo on it, which is a crying eyeball stamp that doesn't sleep.
Designed by Ashley McCarroll, who's in the live chat.
Ashley!
No relation to
Seth McCarroll. That's crazy.
Yeah. So many McCarrolls out here. That's a joke. They're married.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
All right, we got 27 eligible. 28. I'm not gonna say all the numbers. Just keep Isaac.
Okay.
Isaac, this isn't a joke. Don't like turn this into a joke.
y'all ever eat Waffle Champ?
The line is always too long.
Yeah, agreed.
I won't wait for food like that.
I'm in total agreement with you, Seth. I get mad when I do that. What else? Here, we could answer a question while we're waiting.
Yeah.
Here.
Ooh, I like this one.
Go ahead.
There are 184 days until Halloween. What are some of your favorite horror movies and soundtracks? I'll start. Johan Johansson's soundtrack for Mandy. I haven't seen it. I have a hard time watching horror movies, but I do love that soundtrack.
You haven't seen Mandy?
No, I even get stressed out when you guys talked about it. Like when everyone in the shop was working, I was watching it. It seems super rad, but
it's really good.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Evil
but then
Dead
you
is
watch that other.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
it's like
wait.
if they're too good, then it's too good. It's too hard.
Isaac just said Evil Dead. Now Isaac, do you mean Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2? Because I'm an Evil Dead 2 guy. I think Evil Dead 2 is just far surpasses Evil Dead.
Well, it's the same movie, just made with a bigger budget.
Like but he just said Evil Dead, which makes me curious. That's all.
Has who else has read both of the Bruce Campbell autobiographies? There's 2.
No.
Just me?
Did you watch the show, the Evil Dead show?
Yeah, it was great.
It's so good.
And then got canceled. Deathbed, yeah, I read about that. A lot of times I will see a movie or hear about a horror movie that I know I'm not going to watch, so I will just read the Wikipedia.
Totally. Yeah, I'll read the synopsis.
And I enjoy that maybe more than.
Or my wife will tell me about it because she loves horror movies.
Fun.
What's one of her favorites right now?
That's a good question.
I feel like I don't have an answer, so I'm just making you answer for Ashley so we get the right number of answers.
She's been into the Halloween series.
She's talking about Nick Cage movies right now.
Yeah.
Willie's is not the best Nick Cage movie?
I thought that one was fun.
Okay, and we got 36 eligible users to win this shirt. You just have to type the word passion into chat if you want to enter. Whenever you want me to roll this thing, I'll do it.
28 Days Later is one of my favorite movies and soundtracks.
All right, 10 seconds. Passion. All right, Aaron spelled it wrong. Renee spelled it wrong.
Hey, Clint!
All
Let's
right.
go!
What did he do? Is he here?
He's joining the call. He's joining the call.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So before this is important. Let's finish this giveaway here,
Go
right?
ahead, go ahead.
Ready? Rolling it now.
Hold on, Clint.
Danny B! Oh, wait, Danny B is the winner.
Yeah!
Danny B!
Hey, Danny B!
Let's go!
Clint, tell them what they won.
Tell him, Clint.
Clint, what have they won?
A pedal?
No, Clint, no. Get this guy off of here. We can't afford that.
That's a lot, man. You've
No,
won a
I'm fixing
deep space devices etch.
A deep space devices
Dragonaut
pedal. Woo! You won.
V3.
No, you won a T-shirt.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah.
Email
job,
us,
Danny B.
contact@oldbloodnoise, and say.
Let us know what size.
Yep. Say,
So-
I'm the person that won the thing.
Passion.
It's me, Danny B.
It's me, Danny B. I need
Okay.
a T-shirt.
Wait. So here's what you have to say. You have to email contact@oldbloodnoise.com. In the subject, it needs to say, "It's me, Danny B, and this is my passion." And then put your address in there.
And
we'll send
no
you
one
a shirt.
else can
Oh,
do
And
that.
your shirt size.
Your shirt size, too.
Just the real Danny B can do that. If a bunch of other people email, that'll only confuse Brady.
Make me mad. All right.
Clint, talk to us.
Clint, checking
Clint.
in. What are you doing?
I'm fixing to go inside and get Luke real quick, but I just want to get on here real quick. Dadgummit, hold on. Sorry. Someone was trying to pull out in front of me. No, I just wanted to tell Seth, like 28 days later, it's great.
Awesome. I agree.
Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have much today.
Okay.
I'm pooped.
Hey, Clint, can you name people at Old
Oh,
Blood.
don't make me do this.
Why? Why am I the bully?
We'll make it easy. Number 1, Seth. Number 2, Isaac.
Who's
Just
it?
give us number 3. Just kind of keep working your way down one
Who's
at a
this
time.
guy?
You just want to hear your name.
My name? No.
Clint went hard all of a
I'm
sudden.
bully.
Clint
But,
just turned on you. Did you hear that?
Well, I have a feeling that
I mean, it's true.
I just want to hear my name.
Just want to hear your name.
Brady just wants to hear Clint say his name out loud.
Say
That's
my
all.
name, man.
Dan.
There you go.
Thank you. Clint.
Man, when the
I didn't know I needed that.
pandemic,
but-
Oh,
when the
I-
pandemic first started,
I was
like
just
you
saying
would
name people.
one of the funniest things that you would hear or like see like memes of was like everyone's in quarantine, and then you see like people with southern accents like quarantine. Yeah. And I don't have anything today, guys. I'm sorry.
You always have it.
You have everything.
Clint, you're the best, man.
I gotta go inside. People are just
All
looking
right.
at me.
Okay,
I'll see
man.
y'all.
Thanks, Betty.
Bye.
Good
Bye,
to see
Clint.
Bye,
you.
Clint. Good to hear from you.
Bye.
That is just so great.
Highlight of my week.
So I was
Yeah.
just wanting him to name people that work here because he thought Kylan was a dog.
Yeah, that's true.
Not, I didn't want him to list who was nice in any sort of order. I
Well,
just
so
wanted the
maybe
names.
oh no. So next time, no. Here's the thing. Next time, ask him what animals are at Old Blood Choice, and see if he starts naming employees. Maybe. You know?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Can I just say, so
This-
refreshing to be able to not have masks with other vaccinated people. So nice for a sense of normal, even just watching
Yeah.
a video. That's true,
It is
but
really
I
nice.
but I will reiterate that masks are an important thing,
Yeah.
and we're only doing that because we are all fully vaccinated. So even in Oklahoma, there's not a mask, like the mask mandate ends today, and that's kind of silly. So not everybody's good yet.
Yep.
So yeah, just
Yeah, if you're in
It-
a room, you can assess it like this and say, we're all fully vaccinated. We can take our masks off. I think that's a really great thing, but keep your
We
mask
should come
on
up with
until
some,
you're,
like-
you're confident that you can take it off.
Some cultural cues, or maybe some words you could throw out for whether you are vaccinated. Like, what's a word you could yell when you enter a room that would let everyone know?
I got jabbed.
That's too many words. One word. What is it?
Jabbed.
Jabbed. Okay.
Jabbed.
You
Jabbed.
have
Alright,
a
and then
good
say
weekend
jabbed.
too. Not the cowboy. Have a good weekend. Jabbed.
Jabbed.
The built-in
Jabbed.
fuzz in this phaser mode is really interesting. I just wanted to note that real
Go
quick.
ahead.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
Like, this is their phaser mode, and then I was just turning knobs to see what happened, and it turns out there's just a fuzz mode. It's like...
Wait, this isn't one of your pedals, right? This is
No,
someone
this is
else's
just
pedal.
that Boss MD200 that I was talking
Okay.
about. I don't know it, so I wanted to comment on like, oh, that's fun. There's a fuzz in the phaser. I like the sound of it.
Is it spelled with a PH? Is it a PHUZZ?
It's not. Let's see. How do they spell it? They spell it FU2.
Holy
Dang.
cow, Dan! Why would you say that to me?
That's rough, boss.
I love this.
Dan.
This I don't even know. The other one is THR. THR and FUZ, of course. It's not two.
What time
Why-
we
I
got?
don't know.
4:15.
Okay.
3:15.
Okay, we're doing a couple more questions, and we're gonna get out of here. Broken bones. Anybody have any broken bones? Had any?
No.
Had any?
Next question. Oh,
Okay.
no, I haven't.
I cracked
actually.
a rib when I was running out to the bus on an icy day in 7th grade. I had my viola in one hand and a big heavy backpack in the other.
Oh.
And I just right on my back.
Fell on your
Save
inhaler.
the viola.
Save the viola though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fell
Nice.
on your inhaler.
I definitely did that as a kid.
that would be terrible.
Oh, you get this inhaler-shaped bruise on your thigh.
It was a hairline fracture, barely a story.
Bye, Moon Unit. Good luck on your deliveries.
Oh, speaking of deliveries, wait a second.
Yeah, I fell off a bike in college and did the cracked the thingy.
Yeah, your clavicle.
Yeah, that was stinky.
Ooh, that's a bad one, right? A clavicle break?
it wasn't
The healing
fun.
process?
Somebody asked, what is the biggest roadblock to innovation in the pedal world? Which is maybe too big of a question, but it was just an interesting one to me. the idea. Of
Probably
what's
money.
keeping
Like,
us
if you
from-
guys had more money, you could do more stuff, right? Just money. Just get a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean money and time, because like those are the supplies you need to design and build things. They asked, I think it said, what's the biggest roadblock to innovation in the pedal world? Is it something technology could fix or something more abstract?
Oh, yeah.
Which the
Is it
abstract
like
part makes me think like it's part of it is just innovation needs inspiration to a certain degree. So it's like the ability to find a new idea first, that we are in this point where there's so many interesting sounds out there, and sometimes it can start to feel like, I don't know, not like you've heard everything, but just like what's a new sound I could contribute to the world. Like I feel like I can't think of anything new. So for me, it's like I feel like I often start with something. We talk about Dweller all the time. It was a phaser, but then it turned into what it was just because I was messing around with phasers and seeing what could happen. So I think finding those moments of discovery is tough. And then honestly, money and time. It's what you need
That
to
was
actually
just a
get that idea.
dork of an answer, but
It was, but it was true. I don't know, Seth and Brady, you have anything to add there?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of an in-depth one. Innovation in the pedal world. Innovation is different than success. So if you're just talking success, I think, money helps you. I think if you throw enough money at it, you could be a successful pedal company.
Although I feel like earlier in this stream you were talking about
This is good.
dealing with sources of money for your pedal company and it being a problem, and specifically where it was coming from.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm just saying if you have like a wealthy benefactor and you're starting from someplace good, you can market yourself better. You have access to the marketplace in a different way if you have money to back it up. But a lot of smaller builders, because they're starting out of their garage, it's a side project. Can't really approach it like that, and so it takes a lot longer to build rather than a company. Like there are some pedal companies that are just all of a sudden here, and they're big, and they're like somehow in Guitar Center or Musician's Friend, Sweetwater. Like those are big distributors, dealers for this market, and so it's kind of like how I just heard.
How'd they do that?
And
What the heck?
there's got to be. It kind of goes back to resources. If you can have your ducks in a row, if you're backed by another business that already knows how to run a business, that already has the foundations for manufacturing and everything, it's probably easier to get that stuff going and fulfill orders for something that large. I mean, I'm thinking of 2 or 3 companies that it's like you're suspicious. Like where did you come from?
Who's behind this?
Yeah, then there's no figurehead. A lot of times in pedal companies, because it is this weird environment where like you kind of know the people that are trying to do stuff there. Like you can know the characters of the company, Mike Matthews, Josh Scott, stuff like that, where when a company doesn't have that in this industry, it feels weird a little bit.
Yeah.
You don't know who's selling to you. Anyways.
That's good. I'm going to answer Aaron's question real quick. He said, do you think that the pedal industry has an analog with the craft beer industry?
He didn't say analog.
Sorry, I can't remember exactly how he worded it. But
Is craft beer culture comparable to boutique pedal culture in y'all's opinion?
yeah, and I do think so. We have a lot of friends in that industry, and it's like that's an industry that's just continued to bloom and grow, and there's new craft beer now. Craft
that
water
conversation,
companies.
that all that stuff you were just saying, Brady, like someone who owns a craft brewery could say all of that exact same stuff.
Totally.
Yeah, there's Seth's right. There's been an analog.
And there's that pipeline of like the person breadboarding in their garage and the person homebrewing in their garage.
Yeah,
and
totally.
Then that grows
Working
into a
on
company.
recipes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hand it out to your friends. Your friends get into it and
Yeah,
figure
like-
maybe. I'll
Or
give
your
this a
friends are
go.
like, "This sucks, bro. You should not do this."
Like the OKC beer scene is really strong, and I remember 10 years ago going to a lot of homebrew parties with those brewers.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
before they were all brewing, and now they're all master brewers with very successful beer companies. So. And we were the ones making pedal kits at home, trying to figure that stuff out. So
A very direct line for each of those.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right. So last question, maybe. Do you have any more on there that you want to do, Seth? I was gonna do the pedal movie.
Yep.
Talk about that.
let's do it.
Well, really quick. Do you plan on to continue with the FV1? And do you think it is worth learning it now? Yeah, it's fine to learn it. We'll continue with it if it makes sense. It's a platform that we know how to put out, and we already have the resources for it. So we have FV1 stuff in the works and revisions for FV1 stuff in the works. So it's going on at the same time.
I think people often talk about the FE1 being fully saturated or oversaturated. You know, there's so many FE1 pedals out there, and that can sound discouraging. Like every sound has been made with an FE1, but it's just another tool
Yeah.
to build a sound. So we're still
Well,
finding
and-
new things in it, and other people are still finding new things in it as well. So get into it, give it a shot, see if you can find something new.
Yep.
And I'm assuming if you learn,
it's really fun.
Yeah.
well, and if you learn that platform and then you stop using it, that it'll still be worth your time. All the concepts and whatever.
Absolutely.
you
Yeah,
know?
you'll still learn stuff along the way for sure.
Before we get into the last question, I did remember earlier someone wanted us to point to things we have coming down the pike, and we've got something coming May 11th, and we'll
May
Dude,
11th.
come to the live stream next week, and we'll show it off as well ahead of time.
Mine's out for delivery
Yeah,
right now.
If Andy's would show
Damn
up,
it.
he could show it to you.
We're trying to pad the stream for it to,
but
I don't think it's gonna happen.
It's
folks.
okay.
Sorry.
so yeah, we can move
Is-
on to the last.
Is
question
next
now.
week just going to be all about it too? We're just going to be plugging into a bunch of stuff.
I
and
think
have
we
fun
should.
with it?
Yeah,
Perfect.
I think we
It's
should.
going to be fun.
That and
Wow.
we'll have
Ben
uh,
Hamola on.
Ben on. Maybe we should try and send him one.
That'd be fun.
I don't know if he would get it in time. But yeah, somebody commented on here. The shadowy world of the upstart boutique pedal community or something. Shadowy world of the upstart pedal company. You'd be surprised, dude.
How actually
It's- I guess
shadowy it is? Is that
It's
what you're
similar
saying?
to like when like a new quote unquote craft beer shows up and you realize it's from Budweiser or something.
That
Yeah,
is correct.
there's a lot of Red Hooks out there.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
Or
actually,
could
Red Hook
you-
is an
could
old
you-
brewery, but
Could you compare pedal companies to dispensaries, like marijuana dispensaries, where you're like, this one is like definitely legit and legal, and you're like, this one,
yeah, I think you can definitely tell a difference between what's in that realm, what's really corporate backed, and what's mom and pop. You know.
yes.
So, does it look like the Gap, or does it look like
Yeah.
your weird uncle's back bedroom?
Yeah, so we got those things going on. I'm working on May 11th right now. Oh, Isaac's working on the thing. How
The
was
thing.
guys? How's the pedal movie?
Aaron's seen it. Let Aaron tell you what he
Yeah.
thinks.
Yeah, get in here, Aaron. Tell us more. So yeah, just for those people wondering, the Reverb put out this pedal movie, and it was. I thought it was very entertaining. I thought it was very. It's also like there's some people that we know and love that are involved with it, and so to be honest, like I support them doing that project too. So I'm happy that, like Evan, I'm happy that this project is completed and I want it to be successful. That being said, I thought it was really entertaining and kept me engaged for 2.5 hours, which is wild because there's hundreds of hours of footage, and I hope that they do the little side side quests.
DLCs.
Yeah, yeah, and they keep putting those out as little mini features because they're really enjoyable. They've already done 2 or 3, which was nice to see that it wasn't just rehashed footage, sort of repackaged for this. It was like a different narrative or a different focus within that. So
yeah, it's been the sort of women in the pedal industry, and then origin stories of various companies are the 2 that I've seen.
I think there was one more too.
Okay, I may have missed the other one then. But that footage was extra. You know, they were sort of like add-on little 10-minute episodes that were not present in the movie at all. So I think the movie was just a lot of fun. It was fun to see familiar people, of course, being inside the industry. It was interesting to hear a lot of familiar stories as well as a few unfamiliar ones. And the only thing that felt lacking was just occasionally there would be something where you would want to dive into a little deeper, and you would wonder, like, I wonder how much more interview footage they had. You know, they can only fit so much in 2.5 hours. So, I'll be looking forward to potentially more little, side quests.
Yeah.
Well, that's a sound.
Yeah, I'm in there. I'm in there for a cheeky
Andy is
second.
in there. Seth, what'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it was very well executed. Had a good arc. The history starting out was really nice. I liked that they invested so much into laying that groundwork of what is the history of effects before there were pedals, before, what were special effects, and what was the science behind that. And that was really, I think it was really useful to have all of that going into it. And I think that they definitely left it open to continue to explore, because it's kind of interesting to make a documentary about something that is still in existence, still very much in flux and changing. And I mean, they did a lot of this production pre-COVID, and so much has changed in the last year even. So I think it'll be good. I see the space for, if not them, someone to produce another series or documentary or something. So I thought it was really cool. I mean, honestly, it was made by just a small group of people, and it feels like a really big production. So they did a great job with it.
Yeah, it feels like a real documentary. So not just a sort of cheesy piece of content made.
Yeah, it's not a commercial for Reverb.com, which was very great.
In some ways. I'll say that in some ways.
It made me want to go to Reverb.com and buy some more pedals. I'll tell you that
Well,
much. But it
sure.
wasn't just an ad.
So
it
yeah,
did.
I mean,
I got home and I wanted to play guitar, which was a fun
Ooh,
moment.
no, that's nice.
Yeah,
That's what
it
you want.
did the job of informing and inspiring at the same time.
I didn't know any of that stuff about MXR or Neutron. Really enjoyed learning all that stuff.
yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we should really.
And we're gonna have Evan Weiss on the stream in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So,
Yes,
we can dive into it more.
We could have a lot of questions about it, and he was a.
That's gonna be a high energy stream. Evan's a little hummingbird.
Yeah.
Yes, that'll be fun.
He was a co-producer on that movie. Does the pedal stuff at Reverb. So yeah, I think that we should call it here, guys. Thanks, Seth. Go ahead.
No, I'm with you. You guys make some noise and I'll fade us out.
Join us next week as we explore our May 11th.
Our new,
yeah, we're gonna let you know here what's coming out on May 11th early.
Whoa.
And we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna do a lot of stuff. It's not that thing that Kylan is zooming on, but that's a good thing to note as well.
What's Kylan doing?
And
Yeah, what is that? Is that the Black Fountain prototype? Kylan, focus the other way. Turn it the other way. There you go. You got it. Nope. No. Okay.
So
What is this guy's job here? What does he do?
he's got a quick wit.
When does he use it?
Mark, we'd love to have you on as a guest sometime.
Yeah.
Oh, please have Mark on. Yeah, that'd be fun.
So yeah, Ben will be joining us, and it'll just be more of this. So bring some snacks, bring a drink, sit down with us on Friday afternoon at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah, a lot of people have been complaining that we don't provide drinks and snacks, which, you know, that's not how this stuff works. You gotta bring your own, okay? Just stop emailing.
Yeah, do stop emailing. But join us, and maybe, you know, go over to Andy's channel and become a patron.
If you
a
want.
subscriber. There's lots of good stuff. We turn on his streams every single day just to shoot the shit, and also
Sometimes Brady comes on the stream and we just talk.
That was fun today.
Like today we did. That was fun.
But yeah, and just listen to what you're doing, what you're creating. It's really great.
I'm using this paddleboard to create things, and then I'm releasing them on my Patreon. It's very fun.
It's a really good ambient background. We're doing work. We're also hanging with Andy. So
Yep.
Do it.
Ambient is what it's called.
Oh yeah, the Tone Thieves podcast is out that Brady's on.
Oh yeah. How did you remember that? I didn't remember.
Mm.
Oh yeah. I did a podcast with Tone Thieves, and that was probably a few weeks back, maybe a little bit longer. And it's up today. So go over to Tone Thieves, and here I'm sitting in a closet, which is where my desk is with my clothes, and that's where clothes are in the closet normally.
Tone Thieves on Apple Podcasts. I got a link, folks.
There you go. Yeah, pop a link in there, and
I'm gonna
hear
do
me.
a link.
We talk about some kid stuff. We talk about pedal stuff. We talk about James Duke is on there, and you can just
On the same episode?
It's his podcast. He's one of the Tone Thieves.
I didn't know that. What the heck?
I know he's sneaky like that.
Damn, sneaky James. All right.
And so it was really enjoyable. Talk to those guys and get on there and listen if you want.
I see James is talking about Z-Bars marketing. We have Z-Bars here. Our kids eat the Z-Bars.
He was talking.
Anyway, listen to the podcast. What am I saying?
He was talking about Z-Bars the other day.
They're good.
They are good.
All right, what key you guys gonna go out on?
Let's just.
We've been in A, right?
Let's keep
We
talking.
saying A?
Yep. Let's go. Hey. A sharp.
Oh no. Ah, the half-step key change. We love it.
All right. Bye from us.